Hello, this is Vitaly Novak, an independent fiduciary consultant with Lesnar Retirement. The fundamental duty of investment fiduciaries is to act in the best interests of those they serve. In the case of a non-profit organization, this duty is owed to donors and beneficiaries. In addition, fiduciaries are required to be objective and diligent in the performance of their duties. Unfortunately, there still are many non-profit fiduciaries who are not yet fully aware of their fiduciary duties. This lack of awareness isn't a good thing and can potentially get these particular fiduciaries into some trouble. In this video, I'd like to talk about foundational fiduciary duties that non-profit board members and senior management owe to its beneficiaries, donors, and organization. Understanding and fulfilling these duties will keep these fiduciaries away from legal trouble and can maximize the return on donated and accumulated financial assets. So without further delay, let's get started. As a board member or a senior manager of your non-profit organization, it is your responsibility to make strategic decisions for the organization. Making strategic decisions includes multiple sub-responsibilities. The most important responsibility from a fiduciary standpoint is managing investment decisions. Since you act on behalf of your organization from a position of trust and exercise the ultimate discretion in managing investment decisions, there is no doubt that you are an investment steward of your organization. As the organization's investment steward, you have three fundamental fiduciary duties that you owe to the beneficiaries. These duties include: number one, duty of care. The duty of care is the most onerous fiduciary duty that makes non-profit fiduciaries subject to what is known as a prudent person rule. Under the prudent person rule, non-profit fiduciaries are required to act with care, skill, prudence, and diligence under the circumstances then prevailing that a prudent person acting in a like capacity and familiar with such matters would use in the conduct of an enterprise of a like character and with like aims. In simple words, the duty of care requires you to be an expert in managing the investment decisions of your non-profit organization. This includes selecting investments that are aligned with values of the organization, diversifying investments, as well as understanding and verifying facts based on which investment decisions are made, considering economic conditions, incurring only reasonable costs, overseeing the overall investment strategy, and much more. Moreover, you must document all material information and evidence of sound decision-making process. If you are incapable of meeting that standard, then you need to delegate. Number two, duty of loyalty. The duty of loyalty requires fiduciaries to act in good faith. This includes avoiding conflicts of interest, both real and perceived, and managing them in the best interest of the beneficiaries and the organization's charitable purpose. Number three, duty of obedience. The duty of obedience requires non-profit fiduciaries to adhere to the mission of the organization. Moreover, fiduciaries must understand and obey applicable laws and regulations, understand and comply with the organization's governing documents, such as bylaws and internal rules, and ensure that assets are used appropriately and not wasted. These fundamental fiduciary duties are not just a vague concept. They have stood the test of time and are established in common law through the Uniform Prudent Management of Institutional Funds Act and the Uniform Prudent Investor Act. But what I find the most fascinating about fundamental fiduciary duties of care, loyalty, and obedience is that they form the cornerstone of the fiduciary standard. The fiduciary standard provides the basis for trustworthy conduct by those who are entrusted with other people's money and holds them to a higher standard than the legal standard. And this is exactly what you, as the investment steward of your nonprofit organization, must hold yourself in order to fulfill your fiduciary duties and guarantee the prosperity of your nonprofit organization and achievement of its mission and success. Alright, that's it for today. If you liked my video, please hit the like button down below, share it with your nonprofit friends, and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you have any questions for me, please feel free to reach out. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next one.